Football Manager or FIFA? That really is one of the greatest philosophical questions of our time. The way I see it, because FIFA has now overtaken my life, I spend most of the day playing it, talking about it and writing about it. FM has been my footballing escape from reality. Saying that though, I do take my Football Manager a bit seriously. I mean, if you're not taking Gateshead to the Champions League final in at least 7 seasons, then you're a bit of a joke, really. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be comparing some Wonderkids from FM18 and from FIFA 18 to see who comes out on top. And to do so, we're picking a keeper, defender, midfielder and 2 strikers, so there is a bit of a five-a-side battle going on here. With that being said, let's kick things off with FM18's Wonderkids. In goal, we've got Gianluigi Donnarumma. He was surprisingly easy to buy on FM17, but after signing that new deal in the summer, you're gonna really have to splash out if you want him. Seriously, his wages are already 140k a week, and you'll have to bid at least £70 million with add-ons, and he won't be willing to join until at least the summer because, yep, he signed that new contract. But he is definitely worth it because he will become the best goalkeeper on the game. He has a potential of 186, which is the highest of any player or any Wonderkid on the game, and that's insane. I would say he's a pretty safe pair of hands in goal. Onto our defender, we're going to go for Theo Hernandez. So Matheus de Ligt isn't actually the best rated Wonderkid defender on the game. It turns out that Real Madrid's Theo Hernandez is, and just pips him and Jesus Vallejo to it. He has a potential of 196, which is not too shabby at all, and can be picked up for around 13 million, but you won't get him in the first season because obviously he's just joined Real Madrid, so you might get him for cheap in the next season, but he's just going to keep getting better and better, and Real Madrid are going to want to hold on to him, especially with Marcelo nearly hitting 30 now. You will, however, be able to crack him up on loan, and he is a great loan signing if you're sort of a mid-table looking to push into Europe Premier League side. Over to our midfielder, we're going for Ousmane Dembele. Now, I tried him quite a lot on FM17, but I was never really that impressed by him. He never really seemed that he was worth the money, and even at Dortmund he was alright, but I'd rather play Pulisic and Schürrle or even Royce. And I'll be honest, I haven't used him yet on FM18 because he's injured, isn't he? However, thanks to this handy-dandy database that we've been using, we can actually tell you that he is the second best Wonderkid on the game, which is pretty amazing considering who is just behind him, and that's a bit surprising as well. His base ability is 162, which isn't too bad, but ends up a whopping 185, that's just one behind Donnarumma. So you want to buy him, right? Well, you're not going to be able to because he's going to set you back at least over 100 million plus bonuses, and he's going to cost over £200,000 a week in weekly wages, and that's too much for me in Gateshead. Now onto our 2 forwards, and we're going a little left field here, starting off with Pietro Pellegrini. Who the hell is this? Well, he's actually taken the Serie A by storm with Genoa, despite being the age of just 16. In fact, he made his debut when he was 15 years of age. Absolute hidden gem if you're looking for somebody as good as the best strikers on the game, but for really cheap. He is definitely your man. He does only have a starting ability of 110, but can end up with 180, which is totally crazy. He's probably going to set you back about 10 million, but with some add-ons and future fees, you can probably get him for under 5 million. And for our final forward, we're going for Moise Kean. I never know if I'm saying his name right. For me, it was always Moise Kean, but I don't know. Someone shout at us in the comments on how you really say that because I can't find out. Absolute god on FM16, 17 and now 18. The game might tell you that he wants to play out wide as an inside forward, but just throw him up front and watch him cause total mayhem and completely dominate defenders. As all-round centre forwards go, he is fast, strong and a good finisher and has flair and plenty of dribbling to boot. Now you can actually get him for under 10 million if you're lucky, but get him quick before Juve realise just how good he is. Now over to FIFA, and obviously we've already picked Donnarumma for FM, so FIFA is going to settle with Alban Lafont in goal. Now, he's not as good as Donnarumma on either game, but the plus side here is, for both of them, is that he's actually dirt cheap. Well, as dirt cheap in the grand scheme of things. On FIFA, Lafont starts off as a 77, which isn't bad, but has the potential to hit an 89, which is fantastic. All his keeper stats will end up in the high 80s or even early 90s, which is why he's definitely worth getting on career mode. He has a £25 million release clause, but you can get him for a little bit less than that if you're willing to add bonuses or even swap a player. On to defence now, we've got a slight surprise choice here. We're going for Andreas Christensen. I'll be honest, this guy has been an absolute rock for me on Ultimate Team, and he's great considering just how cheap he is for an 81. Okay, so he starts off as an 81, but he has a max potential of 90, which puts him above all other Wonderkid defenders on FIFA. His asking price is around 24 million, but he does have a release clause of 49 million, and I'm going to guess that Chelsea are going to make you pay that for him, because he is so good on FIFA 18. Now on to our midfielder, we've got Marcus Asensio. Everybody seems to love him. Okay, he's good on FIFA, and he's very good in real life, but I mean, he's no Isco, is he, lads? Come on, Isco for life. Anyway, Asensio is pretty damn good on FIFA, like I said. He starts off as an 84, who can get up to a 92, which is not bad at all. But you want to buy him? Well, you better start saving, because he's going to cost you an absolute truckload. His value is 46 million, but has a release clause of over 100 million, and that does seem a little bit too much for me. I'd pay that for Isco though, I'd do anything for Isco. Now onto our front two, and we're going for two whoppers, starting off with Gabriel Jesus. Not a bad way to start, is it? He seems a little low rated to me as an 82, doesn't he? But he's surely going to increase in the future years, and on this game he does actually increase to a whopping 92 rated player. Pace, dribbling, skills and finishing, Jesus is just ridiculous, so you'd imagine he'd cost you loads, right? Wrong. Well, I mean, he does cost a lot, but not as much as you'd think. He starts off as around 36.5 million, but actually has a release clause of just 74 million, which, if you think about it, isn't actually that bad. And finally, we've got Kylian Mbappe. He is easily the best Wonderkid on FIFA 18 and is the best forward Wonderkid with a potential of 2 higher than anybody else. And that isn't too bad, like, is it? He starts off as an 83, which, again, that seems a little bit low to me, but he ends up as a 94, and like Jesus, he has pace, shooting, dribbling, and skills. Wow. Do you want to buy him? Well, he'll set you back a truckload. Or will he? Obviously, you can't sign him in the first season because he's on loan at PSG, but given that his asking price is only just 41 million, you might be able to sign him up if PSG decide not to. So here are our two five-a-side teams. Which one do you think is better? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and share this video. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a video of ours. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.